Andy, we've been growing and evolving within the industry for years in trying to figure out how to best connect cultures up with subtitling. And that's regional,
Yeah.
geographically driven. But are we starting to look at something new and different when it comes to connecting live and news into new forms of localization, new types of interaction? Are you
Yeah.
sensing some of that?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think the tech has continued to mature and the latency has gotten to a point where even AI can help assist on the live feeds so that if you're in a scale position or a scale role where you're managing a lot of different channels, you can actually leverage it. And we were talking a little earlier about the fact that there's also opportunity outside of just the cultural localization that we're used to going on, which has gotten even better and crisper, so that we've got very regional Spanish, very regional French that goes into it as a possibility. But now we can also do cultural localization as well, so that we're adapting it to your particular area, your particular generation, or your particular age range, so that it's even more consumable. I had mentioned earlier the notion that my 82-year-old mother-in-law and my 15-year-old daughter are not going to want to watch the same version of something because one of them is going to be lost in the language. But they can technically get their own versions at this point that are a little more specific to them. And we've even got AI that will help do better lip sync along the way as part of it.
Where's it learning this? How does it, this is pretty common sense stuff, right? But where does it go and kind of learn these kinds of ways of interpretation?
So there's obviously always a large language model that's attached for a very generalized training weight that you're going to get out of it. But the best models, or the best direction that I've seen for particularly live captioning, is when you can front load a lot of the additional source. So if it's sports that you're talking about, make sure you've got all the names in there, the team names, the the maybe the oddball pronunciations of an athlete's name that might not be common. Preload all of that into some sort of augmented retrieval, so that you've got that in there. The same goes when you're localizing for particularly like cities. The exact same spelling is going to be said three different ways across the country at some point, and you want to make sure that you're saying it right for your area that you're in, regardless of it. And so those little pieces don't have to be part of the LLM. They can be a secondary data source that you go retrieve from and pull from. And all of that's gotten much faster as a way to pull this together, so that you're not waiting on a big model to be updated in order to take advantage of it.
Yeah, I'm just going to roll right over to Anton because you've been doing this worldwide in multiple regions, geographics, areas, languages. Is that what you've been building? I mean, is that what you've been interpreting?
Yeah, so with Dubformer, it's a bit less about captions and a bit more about dubbing and voiceover. So our kind of view and our mission is about creating content that can really connect with audience on emotional level. And even though subtitling is quite popular and has a fair niche within the world, but I think there's been growing demand for dubbing and voiceovers, and we've been seeing several experiments and nicely set up tests where, for example, voiceover was compared to subtitling in terms of audience engagement, and we see that it does create better engagement. So this is where we're focusing our attention, so trying
Yeah.
to build something emotional.